Hello and welcome to Walk the Pod, your daily walking show where I take my podcast for a walk because I don't have a dog. You're very welcome along. This is episode 6, series 54 of the Daily Walking Podcast that tempts you away from your desk at lunchtime to walk in nature for just 10 minutes. And this month we're talking about inspiration. Today I want to bring you an interesting idea I have been mulling over the weekend about how perhaps we get inspired by the things we seek to be inspired by. And what does that mean? I will explain in just a second. Welcome to the park where I'm walking around the Tooting Gardens play space, and welcome to Walk the Pod. There's an interesting thing that I've noticed, that often people will seek out advice on a topic from the person they know will give them the advice that they want to hear. So if I'm deciding whether to go for a new job or not, I can talk to my most risk-averse colleague who will tell me, oh, no, definitely stay where you are. Don't apply for a new job. Whatever you do might be awful. You might have a whole load of new responsibilities that you can't cope with. Or I could talk to my other colleague who's much more optimistic and enthusiastic than them, and they will definitely tell me to go for it because new and change is positive and good and to be welcomed. So the person I ask for advice may determine the type of advice that I get. And similarly, if we are seeking inspiration, we may find the inspiration that we're looking for in the direction that we're looking for it in. So if I'm looking for inspiration to do the right thing, I can go and find that inspiration by looking to the right role models. If I'm looking for inspiration to do the wrong thing, I can talk to people who will tell me that what I'm planning to do, which is really not quite the right way of dealing with something, is absolutely fine and to be expected. All of this was prompted by watching a film called A Time to Kill last night with Matthew McConaughey. I can't quite remember what his name is. Anyway, that's not the point, dear friends. The point is, there's a scene in there where this character, played by Matthew McConaughey, or whatever his surname actually is sitting in the ruins of his burned out house, which has been torched by the Ku Klux Klan, following his defense of a character called Carl Lee, who has taken revenge on some bad people in his neighbourhood. And his friend, who's a bit of a shady customer, is saying to him, look, you've already inspired me and I'm uninspirable. There's no need to continue along this cul-de-sac. You've already had your house burnt to the ground. Let's not carry on down this road doing the right thing and end up getting shot, is kind of the implication of what he's saying to him. And I thought it was just interesting to think about inspiration to do the right thing, not just inspiration to be creative, which I think is how I started this series thinking about the topic, but inspiration to do the right thing is an interesting concept, and certainly I have felt inspired by colleagues in recent years to do the right thing, and I think I seek out that kind of inspiration. But equally, if I was in a place where I wanted to be inspired to do the wrong thing, I could probably also find people who could inspire me in that direction by giving me the indication that there's really no need to do it in the right way, because that's actually a lot more time consuming and unlikely to work in the first place, and so on and so on. And so the fact that I work with people who inspire me to do the right thing is one of the things that I find most valuable about this job, and probably the reason why I'm still here after so many years. So that's my little prompt on inspiration for you today. Love to know what you think, as always. If you have any thoughts on that, or if you think I'm absolutely barking up the wrong tree, All feedback is welcome. walkthepod@gmail.com if you want to type to me, or if you want to leave me a voice note, you can go to walkthepod.com, press the button mark, leave a voice note for Walk the Pod, and leave me 90 seconds of your beautiful voice. It is absolutely the mizzest, coldest, greyest day of the year, I'm going to say today. It's midday, but it's sort of, you'd think it was dusk or possibly dawn, because it's so grey and miz. So very grateful to you indeed for pushing me out the front door on my walk this lunchtime. What can I see directly in front of me? A spray of white flowers is sort of decorating this evergreen shrub in front of me and making the landscape a little bit more colourful. It is, generally speaking, enormously overcast, soggy, cold, absolutely freezing, and just thoroughly miserable. I'm not enjoying my walk today, apart from getting to talk to you. There is still the beautiful, what I sort of think of as jasmine here, but I'm not sure it actually is jasmine. It's got a jasmine type scent that wafts around as I'm walking past these bushes, and that's lovely. It's very nice, and sort of cheers up the scenery as well. So there are things to be looked forward to and enjoyed about the park, including also some brightly coloured, bright yellow stems that I'm walking past at the moment. But generally speaking, walking in February is pretty unrewarding. So I completely understand if you're listening to this and thinking, yes, I'm looking forward to walking, but probably not for another month or two. There are thousands of pigeons in the park today, lots of bare trees, slightly soggy grass underfoot were I on top of the grass, but I'm actually walking around what they call a metalled path around the Tooting Gardens play space, and there's no tots in the park, unsurprisingly, and no dogs chasing balls. There's one or two bright green ring-necked parakeets and a maintenance lorry here that's doing something or other, but other than that I've got very little to report, I'm afraid. But look, it's just nice to spend time together, isn't it, really? Because it's difficult being alive, and the one thing we can enjoy if life is hard is a little bit of community. Very much enjoying hanging out with the virtual walking club that is on the Discord server. If you've not used Discord before, it's interesting. It's like a kind of private message board, but it's got lots of different channels. So you can talk about lots of different things. We have a film channel, we have a plant spotting channel, we have a cloud spotting channel. We have a channel for sharing good news. We have a channel for sharing walking news. We have a Gratitude Day channel. We'll be celebrating tomorrow. Heard a thing over the weekend, or possibly last week, from somebody who was saying, if you notice something and feel grateful for it, it's more likely to happen again. And that's an interesting idea, which I hadn't really thought about before. So there's lots and lots of different channels on the Walk the Pod Discord server, and it serves as a sort of virtual walking club for walkers all around the world. And we're lucky enough to have walkers in New Zealand and the Netherlands and Spain and America, and it's a wonderful space. A very lovely, happy space. So thoroughly encourage you to join us there if you'd like to. You can do that by going to patreon.com/Rachel Wheely, joining one of the tiers of support, and you'll eventually be able to click through to the Discord server and take part in that. And that runs all year, whether we're walking or not. Thank you for walking with me, dear friends. It's been an absolute delight to stretch my legs with you this lunchtime. Very grateful indeed to you for your company, as ever, especially when it's really, really disgusting weather. We have 4 more episodes left of this series, and then I'll be sending a theme poll out to the members of the Walk the Pod Lunchtime Walk Club to decide what we're going to talk about in March. So you've absolutely got time to put your thoughts on inspiration over walkthepod.com. Take care of your beautiful mind, yourselves, and each other. And I'll be back with a Gratitude Tuesday episode, hope I remember to mention that, tomorrow.